Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Oh, bro, lane swaps? Isn't too fun. Isn't ideal. They are looking for a dive though on Clear.
Yeah, Clear is level 7. He's going to get the ult, but that's onto the Rel. Paulo just going to tank this one up. He does take a lot of damage. LME flashes away. But even with that, and now Vikla is here to clean up as he picks up a kill. And yeah, you got a kill on your core key, but Vikla picks one up.
That big investment from Bro to make that dive happen. Morgan's still getting pressured out bot. They get the Dragon as well. It just feels like all the boxes being ticked right now.
Morgan does get a decent trade, about as good of a trade as you would get in this situation. True Shot Barrage sails wide, but really he's just looking to thin out that wave. I don't think we can really kill him here, as the rest of the team is right there with them. Hype gonna take a chunk, as Palu and the team of Bro, they're desperate to try to get in here. Morgan does have TP, he is going to utilize it. Clear has to go in. The follow-up very slow as they use everything on the Ambessa though, and they're still not able to take out Clear. He survives until the very end, and down will go Hype as well, as this is going very awry for Bro. It's only Morgan who does get one kill. And Closer trying to help him out with some rocks here on the right side, but he doesn't quite have the damage just yet. Still trying to kite it out, though. The flash forward! There's the kill, making it 2! As Diablo has to get over the wall and run away. Closer making something out of nothing.
You know, we said
the top laners up here. Teleport advantage to Vikla, so Bro just say, well, we're not able to do much about that Drake. See a big rotation up towards the top lane from the Bro bottom laners, but kind of just wandering around and farming. So it's actually a Cloud Soul that does come out here, and seeing it not really come to fruition can be a bit frustrating. And it's not the end of the world by any means, but you can see they're trying to set up for this one. Palu is just going to go in there as they're on a ward, as everything being thrown into the Nefiri. Down goes Raptor, and down should go Kellen here in just a moment. Once he falls from the sky, there you go. It's a double kill for Closer as well, who has 4 kills in this game. And now what do you do as BNK? You just got to give up the objective.
Beautiful engage. Very different scenario.
He said, I'm going in, I'm going in.
Yep.
You know, he knew this was happening. He was calling for this play 5 seconds before it happened.
And the backup from the team as well. TP comes in, the Weaver's Wall, everyone's there to follow it up, and it was a big play. It got them the Rift Herald, and then again, as you said, 2 more kills onto Closer, pushing him.
Or you're behind against the super fed Talia with this comp. You're not going to have a good time. Again, unless you're Ezreal. So the onus is on him to do some of that.
In favor of Bro right now.
Yeah. Raptor's doing a very good job of farming, actually ahead about 20 CS. He's up a level as well on Elm, so he's in a good spot himself. Has a couple of kills. And see, this fight is brewing now as this Dragon getting very low. Just going to ult in onto Elm and attempt to take him out. Palu trying to disengage ult, but now the backline of Bro is just wide open as Elm goes down essentially for free. There's the Dragon of BNK as well. But now, in comes Closer. He wants the revenge. He will be able to take out Raptor alongside of Hype, as now Hype gets another kill here. Picks up the Ezreal, a nice shutdown for him. So yeah, BNK, they got the Dragon, but in a messy fight, some cleanup was good there for Bro.
Absolutely. So BNK Fearex, the objective secured, but they're going to take a big hit for this. There should be 2 towers going down in return. I think they can get this one. Care for... Oh. Who has to care here is the question. I think Vikla does. Yeah, should get this one. Bot one already went down, so... Yeah, you're 1 away from Soul now, which is big for BNK Fearex. Like, you can't really change the game plan with these champions that you have.
Yeah, once they picked the Sylas, it was pretty much, I mean, even when they had the Ambessa and the Fury, it's like, well...
Oh, he's not hitting the plan.
Raptor is going to go untargetable, but guess who is not quite able to do so on time? It is Kellen, who is going to try to flash away, but that's a free kill. As a bit of damage is traded back, we got a TP as well. As Clear is behind them, looking for the angle right now. Just going to send himself in there into the front line. But this is a 4v5 for BNK as down will go Clear. Doesn't really do much of anything. And now Bro get a couple of kills and are looking at the Otacon.
Yeah, health bar's a little bit low, but it looks like Raptor's recalling. Not sure if they're going to contest this. You know, if you're playing into a different composition, I think that flank works. And you also hype up Clear for making a beautiful buffer and find the right target. But the fact is, some champions just don't let you play the game if you want to dash.
Yeah.
And that is Talia.
Well, we are going to see a Cocoon lands here. Morgan in a lot of trouble. Doesn't matter what champ he's playing. 3 guys going to bully him down on the bottom lane. So
they are at a deficit.
Well, they're going to start it up. I mean, certainly Diablo's doing a lot of damage. Is now Morgan going to be caught here once again? But look at the follow-up here from the side of Bro. As now maybe they were locked in with Bro. As now down will go clear. As they're looking to turn this one with the Vi ultimate onto Palu. But that is a Rel. He's just tanking up all the damage. They can't even kill him by the end of it all. Finally, the flash ult comes in from Raptor. As this Nefiri is quite scary. I'm not sure if BNK can actually fight this, though, without Vikla, who is just going to back. It doesn't look like he's going to TP back into this fight.
Isolated.
So, yeah. I mean,
that is the window.
Even closer. Like, if he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, like, he does have a Seraphs. But, you know, imagine that landed. maybe you get something off of that.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but that's the kind of play you have to go for if you're going to go all in on Atalia, right? You have to stun lock her 100-0.
Yeah, I think it's... TP flank has come in from Clear. We've seen this play before.
We're trying to turn this one onto Vikla, who does have the Rel ult. It's not going to help him out at all. As down he goes, and...
oh no, Clear left the brush. He should have stayed there. It's just recalled.
Yeah, he's... Now he's running. He's going to buy a little bit of time before they do the Baron.
You know,
he's dead.
I didn't think he'd win that, and then I was right, so... A little bit rough. Definitely feels like at this point, BNK Ferex are trying, and it's a little bit up Struggle Street.
Yeah. It's not over, but if this Baron goes for free...
Imagine if that Cocoon had hit.
Yeah, well, here comes Palu. It's a lot of damage from Diablo, but they just go all in on him. The stun for Morgan is enough, and then a Fury does kill the Redactin, but that is not enough, as now the rest of Bro will eventually just take out Kellen, and down will go this Baron. And yeah, it was a broken up fight, but actually it was Bro who stuck together and picked away at BNK one by one. Now just going to TP in to take
put the lead,
the defense.
Put the Lord Agree to work.
Yeah.
I need you to defend the Fury because it's
well,
that
okay.
one did hit.
That Cocoon did hit. We don't have to imagine, but it just sets BNK up for disaster as now the flank comes in, but it's just a couple of them going down. Raptors in the backline, but even he can't get a kill as there is no defense for Nefiri this time around. Diablo alone, and just Arcane shifting kind of sadly backwards as Bro, they group up in mid, and with the Baron buff especially, this should be the end.
Okay, well, you know, we learned some things from this game. Melee champions, dash champions, struggle into Talia. New information we've obtained for this game, and closer is pretty good. So they will close this one out pretty decisively, and Bro now going to be 1 game away from breaking that massive streak.
There you go. Game number 1 in the bag. The Nexus falls.
Duo. Closer was the Ari when last year when they were playing this a lot. They had a Vi paired up with it as well. With the team fighting prowess, that mobility. Like you think, I think it's weird to talk about tiebreakers now, but
sorry,
they're looking for. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
I'm sorry I talked about it. Yeah, Vikla doesn't have flash, so I think eventually, Bro, we're just gonna say. Yeah, we'll just take him down, and yeah, he's about to get his flash streak here for Bro.
Not so weird. That extra sustain, pretty nice in lanes, you know? And speaking of sustain, this is one of the reasons this Bruiser Ari has been so obnoxious, other than the fact that she just becomes super tanky and hard to deal with.
We're kind of scaling in this game. We did have the 1 kill, and now Raptor on a ward's going to go in there with the ult on Elam, who does throw on his own, but in the 1v1 and with Vikla coming over as well, that is enough. That's the power of the Rise to just essentially teleport into the fight.
Yep.
Say, I'm here. You know, Closer could have bought, TP'd in or something. Well, I say that, now they're actually collapsing once again. And here comes Palu. He's in a bit of trouble. Look at the turn it, though. There's the TP I was talking about, and Diablo doesn't have his. As Raptor very deep in enemy territory. Kellen's just going to ult, but at the end of the day, Bro, they still get that last grub, and Raptor is still on the run.
He's wrapping around.
He indeed is.
Yep, it's Zeri.
Yeah, well, really stayed diff.
The ult necessary. I'll celestially oppose it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Dragon is going to go over to BNK Ferex, and feels like they're doing a good job of keeping the pressure up in this game. Kellen on his signature Alistair, trying to find windows just to threaten, and now looking for a dive here on a Morgan. Oh no.
And Morgan has his flash, but Kellen could easily just follow flash, so Morgan gonna flash anyway as he figures out, oh, there's 4 people here, I guess I'm just dead.
He was really dead?
Thankfully, Electrocute is so strong that Closer doesn't have to go for Grasp. That wouldn't really make too much sense. As now B&K, they want to fight over this Rift Heralds. They'd love to get this objective. Here comes the TP from both sides. The Ahri TP very far away. As now Clear is just kind of waiting for him. Closer, though, is Ahri, gets the Featherstorm, and now the front line is just burning to a crisp, and this is where the Ahri and the Zeri really shine as they chase down that back line. Nobody can get away. Clear at least able to get the 1 kill on the Zeri, but the rest of the team is just gone. As there you go, bro, they're going to clean up this fight, and now they'll take that objective.
I think the game plan from B&K Fearax was, oh, this is a deep TP, it's an Ahri.
Closer's just...
He's that guy.
He is that guy. Kind of just turns into an animal.
It's that 1,300 gold lead. You know what that is? That's your bro tax being put to work.
Yeah. He's collecting all the coins from the Twitch chat. That's going to be Morgan just dying. Meanwhile, we got a 1v1 up here, but Closer is extremely strong. The charm is going to miss, but still the damage is there. The flash and the auto is enough. The flash on the return of the orb was so clean for Closer. And now he's 2 levels up on his laning opponent.
Yep, also gets the feats of strength from that. Really nicely played by Closer, and that is a worrying position to be in for the side. 77 gold.
They want to make it look like a showdown and not like a beatdown.
Yeah. This moment, so Vickler's trying to go back and forth to dodge the Bear the Charm. Don't dodge it, but yeah, the return on the Q, and Kellen
with the engage here. That is on to Closer, and he doesn't have the Spirit Rush. So there you go. They finally get the shutdown. It goes over to Raptor.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone in a Twitch chat.
Okay.
I think, okay, not to sound critical, but I think there is a couple of Grandmasters. Everyone else is challenging. Like in our Twitch chat. I think that's an absolute fact.
That's why they speak so confidently about everything.
I mean, a lot of them are bro fans, and I don't think there's a single bro fan who isn't challenger.
I mean, you have to be extremely high level to understand bro's level. As that is a massive engage from B&K. Raptor finally finds the angle, and maybe some of that fedness is going to good work. They're going to take down Closer as well. It's a 2 for nothing. They just find them in the river, as that confidence that bro is walking with is just kind of the death of them.
Yeah, you see, Brendan, I'm not challenger, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Zhao alone goes forward and clears it out for the upcoming fight. The three of them, because
it's 60 seconds till Ahri has ult.
But Dan, it's the soul point Chemtech Dragon. You can't possibly give that away. Think of the value.
Yes. Yeah, truly.
And Closer's here. Surely he wouldn't just... Okay. Yeah,
45 seconds. That's all I need. 45 seconds to stall. Just mind control them to not fighting or taking the dragon.
I mean, Closer does not have his ult, and he at least has the arm guard. He is going to go golden. The turnaround is there. They've got their Zeri in the fight this time around. So not bad for bro. Closer kind of acting like the bait, but now he doesn't have an arm guard, so...
Okay, now bro have no ults. Apart from Jade available. But yeah, I mean, I guess they tried. Closer nearly has his ult up again. And I think if B&K Fearax keeps setting this tempo of the game, with like forcing Closer ult and then fighting when it's not available, could be a good spot. He has just hit level 16 though. Gives him a lot of power in the next fight. Like, yes, Closer has more gold and has a full Zhonya's, but the difference between a Seekers and a Zhonya's in one fight isn't that much.
Yeah, absolutely. As LM's going in, I mean, he is Shin Zhao, so he will stay alive. Kellen as well, but eventually that ult does dissipate. Kellen also gonna have the same happen to him, but now look at Diablo just going forward. He's got the Featherstorm, and he's going to do a bunch of damage here to Closer. Takes him down. It's a triple kill for Diablo. They're still trying to dive the turret. They don't have to do that. They dig a big fight, and B&K set their sights on the Baron. A lot of low health bars here, but Vikla's got a giant shield.
I mean, he just certainly, Kellen's still 3 levels ahead. He's maintaining that level lead.
He definitely is. He's still enjoying a nice ult. I think it gets a bit longer at 11. And now, I mean, with the Baron, they've got some pretty nice pressure here. game isn't over at this point, but if they take down all the turrets...
By the way, the Alistar ult doesn't get longer, but the damage reduction increases.
Oh, there you go. Support main on the desk with me.
That's what I'm here for.
How many games of Alistar do you have?
Too many to count.
Too many that you want to count. But here comes Raptor. He is running at the TP, unfortunately for him, as he is going to actually taxi on the closer, but that is Ari. Nice secondary ult as well. Raptor, he got himself into a really rough spot, and he makes the best of it. He does get away. And a little bit of help from the equalizer as well. They didn't want to overchase there to be easy. But you can see the full pressure they have on the Rift. They got the bottom inner turret. They got the top inner turret. Now they're going to get the mid inner turret. So really just extending the lead, trying to make the Ripple Bound power play as large as possible, rather than taking a big risk.
Wukong isn't
trying to get out.
hard to catch.
Yeah.
They'll smite for the slow, sees the TP come in, sidesteps, dash, ult, flashes the W as well. It's really well played. And then, you know, Clear, so farming the damage numbers with that ult, you know.
I mean, it's going to feel pretty good. Wow. Okay, well, the combo could have been better, but still, I love the effort. They're just sending it into that backline, but Raptor is down already, and at least they're going to be able to take out Hype with that equalizer. Now the rest of the team on the follow-up, and Bro does not have their 80 carry. As Diablo looking to continue to chase, it's just going to be a couple of guys going down. And BNK not able to force anything else. They should be able to get this dragon off of the back of this fight. Looks like Ellum will just run away.
I feel like Clear has just been such a threat in these fights where, you know, even if things go a little bit whiff, as the Callan Engage did, you're probably getting CC'd and dying.
Yeah.
Similar with the Alistar. Similar with the Rumble, honestly. I feel like you have to play these fights well now. Oh, flank coming in.
Flank coming in. The Rise going right on top of Hype here as Ellum. And Morgan, once again, in a lot of trouble. He's going to get the knockback, but with the equalizer, there's just no hope for him. And the Jace, once again, not able to do much of anything at all. There's the root onto Hype, and he's trying to hit an ulted Alistar. It's just 0 damage. In goes closer, just to die, I guess. A quick work of that, as that should be the end of the game. 33 minutes in, BNK take the final fight, and they will take down this Nexus.
I think despite the Ari getting fed early on, BNK Fearax really took control of the game. Diablo, who started off silent, farmed up and just started to become a monster in these later fights. I think him and Clear really having a lot of presence in these 5v5s, and BNK Fearax not ready to let their Saturday...
Well, you don't.
And you may think, well, what if they CC them? Well, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually build Mikhails on, but in the context of you're going to get blasted in team fights by Bro and be forced to opt into team fights. Not a good spot. He's finding some good trades now.
Yeah, he's getting in there. Morgan getting pretty low. He's got flash available. There's the slow, and now Ellum comes up with the shield. It was a bait all along. The timing is perfect, and down will go Clear just like that. First blood to Ivern. It's going to be a quick first.
And every fan will have seen drafts they don't like, they don't agree with, win. You know, it happens plenty of times.
Oh boy. Well, he got hit by the volley, and he doesn't have his ult. So Clear just trying to go for the trade. It's not going to work out, and now Morgan is going to pick up the kill with a little bit of help from his friend Hype, who doesn't even bother to use the enchanted crystal arrow.
Could have been a Jax. Yeah, like, I mean,
might be able to force flash, yeah.
I mean, I keep trying to make a point and stuff keeps happening.
It happens so much in this game, actually. It's so funny.
Okay, there is stuff is happening.
Well, they're trying to do something to the Gwen here. Do they have enough? Already Raptor pretty low. He doesn't get the stun, but eventually will land the Impale, and it takes 4 people.
But Leona gets the kill.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Hype. You tried.
Have to cleanse this one. And Hype will take that trade every day of the week. As now, maybe a fight here. Ellum gonna get caught up. Does land the root first, but they're both stuck in place, which means the Ivern might just die here to the Leona. Nice setup from Kellen and Raptor to make that happen. Flash over the wall, but Paulo gonna get followed here. That's the ult from him, only hits Diablo. And that's a kill for the Kaisa, so they pick up a couple. And BNK are not out of this one just yet.
Yeah, good moves. Layering the CC well onto...
Underneath the portraits is now going to send it. Here come the needles, as there's the Grand Challenge as well, as now Clear has to flash away. At least he gets away from the needles. Here comes an arrow, as He is Fiora. He will be able to dash that, but
I feel like this
still losing lane.
This is another situation where like, oh, well, he lives, but
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of pick to survive. Is not an ideal situation to be in.
Yeah, definitely is not. Morgan really enjoyed.
Bro down towards the bot side for that dragon instead. Looks like they might be contesting on the top side.
Here's the Infernal. Should go the way of BNK. Doesn't look like Bro are in position to challenge this one.
And I think this is where Bro are kind of making some fumbles. Instead of like opting to cross map and either go for Dragon when they were a Herald or go for Herald when they were a Dragon, they kind of just watch.
Oh, that was a huge amount of damage. Just AoE on top of all of them. And now they say, well, how about we don't dive this turret?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the side lanes, they're going to lose top turret, and the Gwen is unanswered in bot lane for the moment. And as we already know, the Fiora here clear is not really answering the Gwen. Morgan's still going to respect the lack of vision, but
yeah, now they'll go for the Herald.
Trades
so
if you have, 3-4 items. Could definitely see the Fiora win some 1v1s.
Okay, progress being made. And Bro are just going for the group up mid with that Herald.
And they're going to get a charge. Out comes Daisy. Engage from Kellen. Sails wide. And now the engage comes in from Paulo. Already a lot of damage, but that is Leona. They don't overcommit. Probably smart at this point in time.
Yeah, the Azir. Oh, here we go.
The dash
follow-up
into the arrow.
I think the Azir tower coming down really negated the ability for Bro to pressure more. A little bit of trading. They get the mid-tier 1. I think they're happy with that.
They say, well, this is one way to start a team fight. You mentioned it actually in the draft. You got Rift Heralds, you got Grubs, you got Otacons, you got Barons, you got Dragons. You got to fight over something eventually. As in they go, they're trying to take out Hype, who somehow lived for so long. Eventually they do take him down, but down goes Leona as well. Palu eating a lot closer, jumping in, takes out Diablo. As Vikla trying to be that late game damage. Clear has a nice angle on the left side as he will get that elimination onto Elim. And there you go. Takes out Closer as well. And now the Fiora in a scrappy fight like this with some help from the Skarner picks up the win in the fight, does BNK.
BNK FearX able to clear up in the Team 5 Fiora. And you can see despite the fact they've already lost their bot laners, it's still kind of close. But it's just too little too late. And BNK FearX always happy to take an own goal.
Well, that's a kill. Yeah, a little bit of disrespect for the Fiora. Picks up one.
And now a third dragon on the cards.
I mean, you get a Mountain Soul on like...
Okay, and the Frozen Heart value from Raptor. We've seen some atrocious tank builds. I'm thinking of like a sit-in. It's not enough. You have to play the game. You have to click the buttons.
Yeah.
And Bro, they need the...
Well, they're going to get Ellen once again, and the Leona ult comes down as well. The damage from Diablo is there. They take out two, and Bro, they face plant into the river once again as Closer trying his best, but he gets taken out. It's a triple kill for Diablo.
They might just be able to end. I actually think the death timers are long. They have so much tower damage.
I think they just win the game. Boy, that's insane. They can just tank this up. They have the tankiness, they have the minions behind them. And yeah.
It's only follow-up in like 3 seconds.
They're definitely going to try.
I think it's done.
Sure.
I think it's done. I think it's actually done.
Apollo is going to try to pull this wave, but he can't pull those caster minions away. Down will go the Nexus turrets, and sometimes you just got to play the game of League of Legends well, and that's the way you'll win the game, BNK. They outplay them here in game number 3.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
Very bad for the DM Freaks.
Yeah, and they don't waste any time. You see a lot of junglers that are like, "Oh, we gotta fight for it. It's the Grubs. It's a big thing. I'm gonna go in and at least get one, and I'm gonna call my whole team up, and we're gonna fight over this." But instead, they're like, "Nah, we can't. Just take the Drake. It's free. It's sitting there." And in this case, it's an Infernal Drake. Not a bad pickup, especially as the game comes along. I don't think you should fight me. Still a lot of CC in lockdown here for the side of DNF. So Gideon has to play it a bit carefully, but he's got his team with him. As the smite is going to go the way of Pyosik. Pyosik taking a bunch of damage, but he's just being follow flashed here. As the rest of the team is going on in, as the shuffle from Fisher, not the greatest, but the follow up here from the Kaisaju finally takes out the DNF jungler. As now the front line here, Lahen's going a bit too far, trying to bait this fight even further. But it doesn't look like it's going to go much further at all. As he
hoping for a... I mean, it's a Dragon of Peace. Doesn't really matter to them. It's good soloing up. We'll see what it is. Can't be Chemtech.
I'm going to say Mountain again.
Panic. I know it's like loud and noisy when Rumble overheats, but the action stopped. Don't worry.
Yeah. He's Super Galaxy, isn't he?
Why do you even have to ask?
Doesn't every player play this one?
Yeah.
There are other Rumble skins.
Honestly,
like
this is possibly Riot's biggest mistake, is making a skin so good that it's just used forever.
Nobody buys the other ones.
Yeah.
As in they go. That's the equalizer right on top. Gideon goes untargetable, but the dive is going on elsewhere in the bottom lane, and this dive is very messy. Lahen's barely gets out of range, and Gideon has to flash here. It's dives on both sides of the map. First, Turret Blood is going to go the way of DNF, though.
Yeah, DNF, easy play, easy dub for DM Freaks. The tower is gone, just let it go.
Yeah, as we say that, I mean, they're not going for it right off the bat. You can see that they're not going for the Drake yet. It's like, no, I don't have to.
This bot tier 2, they got time.
It was such an overcommittal to the top side of the map from Noshim that DNF are like, you know what? Let's take even more than we thought we were going to get, because they're going to get the charge into the mid-inner. They're going to get the Gromp as well.
It
These
feels
are little things, but they're wins.
Both teams, it felt a little bit sluggish. Like, it felt like Nongshim overcommitted top. Like, you got the tower, why are you still there? And then the opposite side, DM Freaks, like, I don't mind them getting the vision, but they spent a lot of time.
That is not a feel-good moment. Due to up 500 gold, doesn't matter with the items that were completed. Especially before that Muramasa. As in they go, that's extremely deep. And Pyosik is going to just die. I'm not sure how else to call that one, guys. He went in, he flashed, no, he didn't flash even, he just shuffled away. And that might just be an Otacon free for Noshim. Down on gold.
I think that might be it. I think that might be the worst play I've seen in this season so far. That was really something from Pyosik.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Can we give a top 3 at least?
Yeah, we might have to have the Mad movie. Okay, looking for a little
nice dodge.
and very nice dodge. Didn't even have the scrap shield at that time to use it afterwards, so...
Yeah, he hasn't skilled his E. This game.
I mean, it has a cooldown.
This game's been so passive.
He might have just used it, and Pyosic's like, okay, he used it, and the guy...
I mean, okay.
Like, okay, yeah,
I think he was trying to... He thought the ult could connect before he could get, like, his E off to that distance, and Bulldog would still be in range. Bulldog was like, what the hell are you talking about? And why are you speaking in English? We're Korean players.
That's where the drop in communication happened. It all makes sense now.
And Pyosik has spent time in North America, so
yeah,
he does have a good grasp on English.
That's why. That must have been it. Well, he's going to Weaver Zing up into the mid lane. Oh, there you go. There's the flick back on a Fisher. And he's just going to withdraw.
And Fish...
And in they go. They want more. They want to get something for this. The equalizer's pretty huge as in comes King in, looking for some value. Not the highest value Otacon I've ever seen, but at least he got the 1 kill.
I understand now. Ish.
He's behind on gold.
I mean...
But yeah, he is.
He's got 2 items. Okay, as I say that, he's not really that fair.
Jace
he's got
3
items. I don't trust the Jace.
Oh, Lahen's! What is happening? Just flashing on in. Might get punished for it too. As in they go to that backline. The follow-up is there. Gideon in a bit of trouble, but the damage is not quite there. They go way too deep. And Bulldog just cannot extend as far as they did. And call that an overextension where I'm from.
I think they call that an overextension in everywhere. I think there's nothing specific to it.
Yeah, well, Bulldog, he's going to try.
Oh, the Baron damage came in.
Yeah, this is a scary Baron.
The Hen's going on a long flank, but they are just going to die. What?
That was an insane amount of Gideon just dashes over the rocks and dies. Kingen as well, he's got a little bit of peel, but oh man, the Baron throw of all Baron throws. Kingen now on the run. I mean, they've got to be able to just okay, well, he's going to get 1 kill, but still, they stop the Baron, they win the fight. And then it was Dian Freak's turn to win the fight.
He's a mastermind. He's a genius. And Pioshik saw this one coming.
They're doing Baron. And the recalls did not come in fast enough. I say that though, Fisher in position. Gideon here as well.
He can steal.
He can easily get over that wall. It's just going to come down to a straight up flip, and it goes to Gideon. After all of that, they also killed the Rakan, but Gideon is down as well. And now it's all up to Jiwoo, who doesn't really have a front line anymore. Flashing on in his Bulldog, nearly gets his head taken off. But at the end of the day,
just keep running Jiwoo.
Even if Jiwoo does go down. Oh,
the recall. No, you can't get it.
He's gonna try. Does he miss? No, he doesn't. And even as Vision in the brush afterwards.
As I said, Pioshik saw it all. No, he didn't.
Well, Baron can use their Baron.
I'm interested to see if they fight it, or maybe they just don't fight it for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh, there we go.
Well, this time there's no turret. Your team is there, kind of. A little bit. You got a splash?
I think
that's good.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Nongshim wanted him to ult Pioshik in at the end. He's trying to look for some poke angles. A big shock blast could go a long way here. That was not a big shock blast.
Yeah.
That was a regular shock blast.
And the big one also gonna miss. That's just a Cloud Drake to them. The Solar Flare goes wide. The Equalizer does a bit of damage, but no overcommittal here. As the Seismic Shock comes in goes Jiwoo already with a killer instinct, and both teams are like, please God, don't fight me.
Yep. Nongshim looking for that one. Difficult, still finding some struggles of engaging against his team that's Lear. And, you know, I was talking about fun. Slow but fun.
It just feels like both teams do not have control over the way this game is going.
It feels like both teams like, okay, we got to respect them. They're in control.
All right, well, they're trying to get on top of Fisher here. That's the value of the Zhonya's. There's the knock, a perfectly timed from Bulldog. And just like that, one step out of position. And Fisher is dead. Lahens has to flash.
Yep. Baron at 20. Fisher's TP, but he's going to be up long after it spawns. Dian Freak still looking. A little bit of a whiff from the ult from Pioshik, used onto the not Kai'Sa.
Trying to get some poke down. King gonna run forward into them to dodge the seismic shove, but might bait his team into a fight here. Looks like they want to have a fight the turn here on Tadudu, but he lives with the flash, and now everybody's just running away. I think that two presses his R, goes in, takes out two, but he's dead. And now with Berserker alive, they might consider going for this Baron, but this Baron does a lot of damage.
Oh, Lahens, don't die!
Let's
run!
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
Definitely dead.
He's super dead.
Okay, well, that's Baron.
And Freaks have figured... Yeah, okay, here we go.
Let's kill the Baron.
They were thinking about it.
Okay, now King and TP's in. This was the mastermind play.
Okay, here comes King and Fisher.
I actually think they just died.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. I don't think you have enough tankiness with these two. They're being burnt to a crisp. Bulldog is just dead. The ult drives Pioshik into him somehow. Fisher gonna not die, but somehow Kingen not able to do enough damage, but the Baron is stopped.
Amount of time considering, and then Jiwoo tries to make the hero play here to back up his jungler, and gets two, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he still generating and farming that aura.
He is aura farming right now, that is sure. Not as much as Pioshik is, though.
I do like how well he's sidestepped the seismic shoves.
That was pretty neat.
Especially because Bulldog has been so accurate, but the one guy, getting in there. There's the cleanse, pretty good against Leona, and the damage is done. Lahens is down, in goes Gideon, and immediately gets blown up, regretting that R press for sure. And the Baron's still available. The DM Freaks have taken a lot of damage. They're going to back up for now.
Was it a bait? The old sacrifice the jungle and support to make the enemy team do Baron? Maybe that's the strategy. Seems unlikely. Nongshim right now. I'm not sure. Am I at the point yet? Am I at the point? Do I hate Neferi?
Oh, there we go. In goes Bulldog, but Jiwoo's got a lot of...
No way.
Okay, no, Jiwoo also dashed over the rocks. No, you can't make this up. Jiwoo is trying to get away. He's burning. Will he die? No, it looks like he will.
This season.
Yeah.
It has now lost that spot.
We're going to need an apology letter.
Well, I mean, getting the cleanse from Berserker is nice, but the problem is he cleanses, so he doesn't die.
For sure.
Yeah, and we're all about vibes here at the LCK.
Yeah, not about numbers. Although, as I say that, let's take a look at the numbers here on the item value.
Head of the sports.
Yeah. You can see the shock blast. It hit Kingen and Lahens. That's how much damage it does. It's not negligible. There have been so many like it, though.
No, the one that really stands out to me wasn't... People didn't think of it as broken, but it was popping off in the LPL and was terrible in the LCK Shyvana.
Oh.
Remember Peanut Shyvana games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Please no.
Please no. Yeah, they're getting this push off. That's the last second of the Baron.
Oh, Equalizer does a good amount of lock damage to the Locket Shield.
Yeah, I mean, Bulldog burnt down a little bit there. They didn't have Fissure, so...
Guys,
Eat it,
just, right? For the context, to really hammer home how big this next fight is going to be.
For this story, at least, I think absolutely.
100%. Gideon has that dog in him.
Piosik's kind of going in, but not really. Up here on the top side as well. In goes Lens, is getting charmed up. And the peel is there, but the Zhonya's, Fissure in a lot of trouble. But Gideon and Bulldog also getting into it. The flash away from Bulldog, but the Equalizer's down, and it's massive. Few flashes into 4 people! And he's gonna get one, but he's got the TA, and he has the backup, more importantly. As now the follow-up comes in from the rest of Notion. There's the divide, and takes out the Fed Jace. Berserker on the run, too. And untargetable. Barely.
Piosik's tail, the Elder Flip. This is where it ends. Noxie managed to clutch out the fight, managed to find the comeback.
Have to put on pressure. Baron comes up in 10 seconds, so they can force a fight, or DNF have to deal with Exodia.
Yeah. I think you just have to let them have it. And I think the thing is, the Elder's only for 1:20. If you push the waves out a little bit.
Look at top wave. I mean, they can just kind of...
No, I think just after a minute, Pyosik.
It's
after
hard,
a minute.
though, because teams that have Exodia, they're so fast with their push. Okay, the wall's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to take, like, what, 7 seconds off? A little bit less.
Again, just in the wave. If the inhib dies, 1 inhib is fine. 2 inhibs, that's where it becomes a bit more of a problem. If the Nexus, if they lose the Nexus, it's really bad. That tends to be a game-losing moment.
There's also a lot of poke pressure from the side of DNF. They have Jace, who's actually really fed, and they have this fed Corki.
Okay, they're going to give up the mid inhib. That's fine.
With full build. So if Notion ever overcommit, there's still a lot of damage they're going to take before the fight even happens.
20 seconds, mid inhib down. They have to try and find a way to protect this top inhib, though. You don't want to give over both.
13 seconds.
Wait, Nongshim is trying to dive.
Yeah, oh, he lands a solo player and a Bulldog, the one guy who's not quite able to get out of it. He doesn't have flash, and he just burns down. And now with no Talia, they might just be able to push this one 5v4 even without Elder buff. They have the Baron buff here. They're going to push with the top wave. Dudu desperate to clear out these minions. And he's doing a decent job of it. Looks like the mid wave, though, is coming in. This tower on the top side is getting quite low. King and trying to do his best, but he's actually getting burst down by Dudu. And you can see they're so apprehensive to try to go for the end at this point in time, but they're just going to send it right now. They get Gio into the back line. He does have the Zhonya's, by the way, 6th item. And now they're just going to try to peel for him. Just auto the Nexus, but Gio has other thoughts in mind.
Damage from Kingen. I think this is a great Aatrox angle, honestly. The matchup in Anar, very playable. We've seen...
Yes, it is.
Okay. God.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
He's going to 3 Talon strike this grub.
Where are the Talons? I see 3 grubs. Well, 2 now. Oh, Gideon.
Gideon just got stunned, and now he's being chased down. Has to flash away. That's kind of awkward, and they're just kind of leaving him to die.
I'm dead.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, you're super dead, bro. Maybe Bulldog? No, he's
actually
gonna get away.
Bro was in the last series.
Oh, yeah.
Always disappointed with them.
You know, checks out.
Okay, well, Nongshim are heavily invading this red buff, and life, I don't think you can contest it. You're not old jungle Rel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gideon wants his revenge.
There. Oh, Gyochik's going in.
Follow-up, and the thing is, they don't have Zeri, so they don't do anything. They just die.
Yes.
So that's the end of Fissure and his invade.
Okay, so... And Jiwoo played well last game, so...
Yeah, and the way that game 1 went, if it gets chaotic, Zeri's going to love it. And so will Ezreal and Ahri and Aatrox, but forget about that.
Get chaotic.
Forget about that for just a second.
Oh.
Nice hook there, actually, to deny the crash down, but Kingen on Mininar is getting so bullied here. Fissure also losing against Bulldog on the left side. They're not going to be able to challenge this Chemtech Drake, so that just goes over to DNF pretty freely.
Yep. Oh, Kingen Essence Flux misses,
Yes.
but the Mystic Shot does connect.
He did not use his True Shot Barrage at that point.
We see Lahens approaching, looking for a potential dredge line, which is his Q ability.
It's not Anchor Toss?
No.
It could be though, right? Like, just imagine he's got an anchor, he throws it out.
Doesn't throw.
Look at this baiting. It's like he's like, stop moving.
Wait, you've just control ward. You know there's a ward.
Okay, well now he doesn't have his World Ender, so he's just dead. And that's a kill to guess who? Jiwoo.
You know what's messed up there?
What?
They didn't let Gideon get the Heartsteel stack.
That is kind of messed up.
Free
True Shot Barrage.
That's another one. Arcane Shift does fire a projectile.
Yeah.
Wait, is Essence Flux passive? Am I wrong?
No. That's a charm on the Galio, and also a Magnet Storm. I mean, Fisher's kind of just shaking it off, and then he's just going to ult on top of Lahens. This dive is going massively wrong. And again, Poshik dives on a top dive, although this time they at least get the kill at the end of the day. Lahens also is just Nautilus, so he's in a bit of trouble. Nice dodges there. But can he dodge the charm? He's sticking around. He's got some reinforcements, and now the charm misses, so he's sticking around.
Trying to get the Zeri in there.
Yeah. Trying to bait this for as long as possible, and it's going to work out. Lahens, he's just so good at this. The Impale comes down, and that is the end of Bulldog eventually. They want to get the kill over. Nearly the Rock Steal goes over to Gideon.
Yeah, another kill for Zeri. Pretty huge. And this time, he got the Heartsteel stack.
I don't die. I don't die. I didn't hear the rest of that.
He was right.
Lahens is, I think, maybe one of the fastest speakers of any pro player, by the way. So when me and Wolf are trying, it's really hard. There's the crash down, and Life actually in a bit of trouble. This Zeri, not that bad. Doing a lot of damage. Gonna push them back. There's the charm, but Galio doesn't care about that.
Yeah, and it was just not finishing off the dragon. So one of the concerns would be, hey, they've been
It's doing well, except for Zeri. Obviously, these drafts are different, but it just feels like Nongshem are getting a lot of stuff kind of for free. This is an issue that DN Freaks have had for a while now, since the LCK Cup, where they just kind of give up a lot. I mean, now they're just getting a charge in the mid. It's going to be a mid-tier 1, and now maybe even a kill. The Impale going to hit 2, and the Zeri ult on top. They're very tanky, but still, it's a kill. It's traded back. The two supports are going to go down. Flash away here as Gideon in a lot of trouble, and he will be traded back. It's a couple over to Berserker. And so at least he's getting fed himself too.
Yeah, good answer back. Looking to pressure this tower here. The TP's coming in from Kingin. Doesn't get stopped by Dudu. Mega!
Oh boy, that is a lot of trouble here for Bulldog. He's going to take another turret shot, but they're killing the Mini-Gnar underneath the turret. As Berserker's like, nah, I'm just going to take this tier 1. Flash on in! Speak about aura farming, he's looking for the kill now.
Champions, and then like that.
Didn't Smolder like do the same thing?
No, I don't think Smolder did.
But then there was
had
the
a lot,
one
but not as
season
many.
that all the pentas were Smolder.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zeri, yeah, that's true. Because he kind of did a similar thing where he could never get away from her. So a lot of
I think what's crazy is like Zeri's playable now, but how ungodly she was once upon a time.
Yeah. Well, we're playing something now. We got TPs coming in. Fisher jumping away, but Lahens is just going to be the bait that, well, not the bait, just the sacrifice. Oh, the flash forward is beautiful from Dudu. And that's going to be a couple of kills just in the pocket. They were just kind of ran into each other in the river. And a weird fight begins right outside the Otacon.
Buff in and of itself isn't valuable. It's only valuable if you can transition it into something, right? Dragon's now down. Baron's not going to be up in time. So you have to get something off this. Right now they're looking at this top tier 2. They should be able to get this. Will they be able to get any more is the question.
So they're looking for life, actually. We do have Bulldog here as well, but the push kind of continuing in the top side. Yes, life will be withdrawn. So Jiu should be able to pick up 200 more gold. So there you go, he does get that. Now they already took the inner, so they can't really push this any further in the top lane. Yeah. I feel like for DNF, they're a team that obviously has a lot of talent. If they could just figure out how to play better around objectives and as a team, they would be so good.
Well, this is like the copy pasta.
Yeah. But it's not. It's just those two things. It's not everything else.
Okay.
It's not mid game, late game, early game, mid, macro, micro. Oh boy. Well, Pyosic's pretty deep, but he does have the Otacon buff still, so trying to make this into a fight in their favor. Now Lehens has to flash away. Kind of unfortunate for him. A lot of damage is being done to Gideon as well. He has to flash out of that one. In they go. Big extendo beam onto multiple, and DNF don't want to give away free
support, so can feel a little, without like a enchanter, so can feel a little bit more fragile.
You would say that about Lehens.
Lehens is just, oh, they're looking.
Oh boy, just gonna face check the brush, and the Impale is gigantic. But here comes the rest of the squad. Jiu, though, is totally protected and cannot get in on the Galio. I thought maybe with the Aatrox could find an angle, but it wasn't meant to be. They do only get one, and Pyosic gets away barely. Ooh. That's going to have to be flashed by Ezreal.
Played a dangerous game there. Yeah, I mean, the M-Freaks are ahead. Like, the M-Freaks win, you know? Yeah. Even a situation where, like, Berserker and Judo trade for Jiu, they might still win. Like, that is how much of the power in the fights is down to this Zeri, who not only has the most gold, but is a lot of that follow-through. Apparently.
Fisher's just top split pushing as Galio. He doesn't even have TP. He's about to get it.
Unless,
I mean,
he doesn't have flash.
Yeah, now Pyosik in a little bit of a weird spot. It's just going to come down to a flip because why not? It goes to Aatrox, as that is going to be a big impale and the stun into the wall, but Dudu does survive just barely. TP coming in from behind, but this Zeri is popping off. Lehens might go down. They do take him down, but look at this Zeri. Dudu going to get one. He's looking for more. He goes over the wall. Dudu in a lot of trouble, gets taken out. Life and Berserker so super low. He dodges the charm. He dodges everything. And the follow-up is looking to come in here. The Flash Stone thrown in his face, and Bulldog also has to flash. And those broken-up team fights are always going the way of Jiu and Nongxin.
Just good to see a punish that.
Bit by bit. Yeah, like one kill top, another kill. I think it was mid. It was just like just one kill by one. As now World Ender Dudu, he's just getting bullied on the bottom side. They just didn't have much vision in their own jungle. And eventually they'll just give the kill over. He is legendary on the Zeri in the Zeri composition.
Yeah. Starting to become was already a major issue, getting more extreme now.
They're just, yeah, I think they're just life-stealing off of the Baron here a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, no reaction just yet. Okay, finally Nongxin are beginning to collapse. As the Extended beat comes through, they know this is happening. And it might just come down to a flip. Pyosik sticking around. There's the ult, but the Galio's still in there. Fisher's just going to go golden, waiting for the right time to pull the trigger as the Megadar. Look at this timing here from King, and it just comes up. He only ults Pyosik back in. A nice ult from Life in that front line. The Hens is going to go down first, but the Zeri, again, is totally uncounted for. They do a bit of damage to him. Bulldog desperate to take him out, but it's not quite enough. Berserker, though, extremely healthy here on the left side. They do take out Bulldog. Berserker on the chase. It looks like King and Will have to sacrifice. It's now the front line, trying to chase him down. This Ezreal is very slippery, especially for these two champions. And Jiu, he's life-stealed up. Yeah, he's ready to go.
I mean, if they slow kill Berserker,
yeah, they're just going to do the Baron, I guess.
I guess they can.
Yeah.
They can body block with the Baron.
Oh, he got hit by that.
But he can't heal up. They can just use the Baron to block the Mystic shots.
Yeah. Berserk, I mean, at some point he's going to look to get this angle up top, but again, he doesn't have smite or anything, so he can only poke, and that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, good moves
to Baron.
Good patience. Dragon is up. Bulldog's up in 20, but has TP. Dude, it's a scuttle. Just no one cares. Go set up for Dragon.
No, I must get this.
I mean, he would have got a stack. He would have been able to get out, but not quite able to find the angle. And now Nongxin will be able to start up this Dragon, and no real contest for that.
Yeah, it's double Mountain, and now Mountain
mid over the wall with a Hex Flash, and then you'll have Flash to close the distance, and Jiu just dashed away. Doesn't have to burn his Summoner. Also has a mixed Scimitar now, by the way, so double cleanse effect, essentially. Well, I guess now cleanse is on cooldown, but has that for the charm if it does come in. And now Bulldog with no ult. They're kind of just in defensive mode.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the best wave clear either. I mean, Ezreal trying his best. Ari is okay. Nice charm here on that King in a bit of trouble. Has to flash. Look at that damage coming in. The Impale is onto life only. They do take him out, though, as Ziwu's just a raid boss right now. Going to take out the Xin Zhao. And just like that, everybody stays healthy. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit scary, but it's fine because they still have the Zeri, who was 12-0-3. They're going to take down this mid inhibitor, and they have the push in top and bot. Every lane pushing in now for Nongshim.
I just think it's so hard from this position. Jiwoo's playing it so defensively. He's about to have that summoner up available as well. He's sitting next to a wall, so if you push forward on him, as Berserker tries, you can just dash over. The Baron minions doing their work. I feel like once again we have a game where DM.
I think after game 1 they really trusted you and they said, okay, let's see how this goes.
Driving in the chaos. Jiwoo now level 18 as well. Had already hit full build.
He's got a Knight's Vow too. Like there's just not much going to be done to him. Fisher, fed in his own right, is just able to push and tank up by himself. Has a decent amount of damage in his items. Looking for the death cap next. Might as well at this point in the game. 36 minutes. As yeah, they'll get a hook onto anything. Fisher playing with fire a bit on the top side, but True Shot Barrage goes wide. He's still very tanky. He's able to get away. And they have not dealt with Jiwoo, and all of the inhibitors are now down.
Not a good spot to be in. Stark's picked up by Dudu. This is the time to fight. No second chances.
Yeah. You can see Nongshim, even without the Baron buff, they're just looking to push on in. Charm on a Gideon is not going to get the job done. You need to get a Charm on a Jew, get his cleanse, and then Life has to flash. He has to Q-flash and, you know, ult on top of Jew. That's really the only way. As they're going to go in onto Lehens, actually. That is a very nice Magnet Storm, but it does not catch Jiwoo. And that is the main character of this story tonight. As Bulldog, he's going to have to get away. In goes Berserker, trying to take out Fisher. Going to get the Sonyas. As this is getting a wee bit dirty here in this base. Jiwoo. Again, they're trying to protect him, but the front line is being chipped away at. Down will go the Skarner. And Kingen about to get the Meganar, but this Ezreal also quite fed. As the house gonna hit, and that is enough damage to take him out.
Oh, Bulldog's about to have ult again. Does he? I don't think he's gonna look. Jiwoo's still too healthy. But a backs against the... Yeah. Many a team have miscalculated how to seize the enemy Nexus towers.
Nongshim wouldn't be the first. It won't be the last. Mountain Drake goes to DNF.
Yeah, so pretty big to deny the soul. Baron.
This has been a game where we've really only talked about, you know, the Zeri composition, and yes, DNF have tools, but they're not really able to utilize them. Yet Berserker's just sitting at 7-1-5. Just had a good game outside of his team losing, obviously. As now looking at Koshik with the angle is gonna get onto that backline too. He's actually alive though. They're not able to take him down, and now he's just kiting them. And there you go. The entire team able to tank it up, and they had the angle. They found the desperation miracle fight, but still they were not able to kill King Jiwoo.